I was making game. I mean, basically, I sort of started in making games in the industry kind of when David Braben did,
Right.
and I really, I thought Elite was pretty great for the time. So yeah, and I'm not, I think there's room for multiple space games out there, and what would I'm doing with Star Citizen is different than kind of what David's going to do with his game. It's a different approach.
Right.
He's more into sort of millions of star systems and it's procedural, which is also cool. And I'm more into having a specific universe that has a lot more. That's more about like the design and the feeling and the texture of it. So, and you can't really do that procedurally. I mean, you can do some procedural stuff to flesh out like areas, but you really have to you've got to lay it out and craft it for the kind of experience I want.
Yeah.
It's just a different
style. They're very detailed.
Yeah. So they're both, they both have their place. So I'm cool. So
I think the rain that you showed us, that's amazing.
Yeah. No. Well, with like CryEngine, you get like a bunch of that stuff as part of the system.
Okay.
So they have like rain and the reflection, and they do a lot of that really great stuff.
Right.
So yeah, that's one of the advantages of building on an existing engine.
Okay. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about, which engine you should be using or shouldn't be using for whatever reason.
Well, I spent a lot of time looking at a lot of engines, and that was the choice I made. So it's not like that. I just did that, but I looked at everything from something like Unity to Unreal to CryEngine.
Okay.
So, and then there's people talk about other things like the Infinity engine, but see that's an engine that's like still in development, and there's I think one guy working on it. So it's just if you're it's sort of proven and has a pretty large group of people working on it. You don't want to be dependent on any one individual because they can be geniuses, but if they get hit by a car or something, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
I guess we got some critics about live streaming. I'm not sure if they're saying it's slowing down because it's slowing down, or our enthusiasm and energy has decreased. It's probably something to do with.
I think we're waiting for Eric to walk in.
Basically, now it's about. I've been up 24 hours right now. I think it's pretty much. It's almost 7 a.m. and I got up at actually quarter to 4. So.
I think we're all in that same boat here.
Yeah, and I think I got 3 hours of sleep, which is about 2 more than Ben got. But Martin's returning with that tea to wake me up.
Do you have any specific goals, like the number of subscribers, or I don't know, the amount of profit that you expect? I mean, I should know about profit, obviously, but just
I don't have any goals on specific profit other than to make enough money to be able to do cool content. So it's not really about like how much money we're going to make. It's more about like, can we make a game that is financially viable so we can continue to maintain
Yeah,
it.
I guess I was asking what you consider to be successful, like the number of subscribers or something,
Well, it's not so much
for
going to be
year.
subscribers, but I think I would hope that when the game's live for the public, probably our player base is maybe like 1 million to 2 million. Is kind of what I would feel would be successful. And I think if we have that, then we'll probably be generating enough money to sort of continually update the content and support the universe and do all the rest of the stuff. And I think it's doable because that's kind of the units I used to sell on my Wing Commanders.
Right.
It doesn't need to be, 20 million, and we probably would do all right even on like 300,000-400,000. So. In this phase, in the crowdfunding phase, kind of where we were at is sort of where I was kind of, I was thinking, well, maybe we can get to, 70 to 100,000 on the top side of in the early stage. Because I sort of figured that in crowdfunding, we're only going to get between 5 and 10% of the ultimate audience if it was a finished game. That's my. I don't have any like necessarily data to back up properly, but that's sort of my gut.
Yeah.
Therefore, if I had 1 to 2 million units in the old days of Wing Commander, then that was kind of sort of that's sort of the 50 to 100,000 range of people. So we're actually doing, as far as us doing, we're doing quite well. The 1 million or one thing I'd like is maybe to have some more people just sign up for the sort of development subscription stuff, because I think that I can do some cool stuff with that, but obviously that's
just offer more from the very beginning.
Yeah, like more content for the game, and then specific support for the subscription stuff where I can do some more sort of like community stuff and dedicate resources to exactly, like archiving cool concept art and putting it together and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, because I love all that stuff, I think it's great to do it. It just takes time to do it. So, so a lot of the stuff we've been doing now, everyone's sort of been all hands on deck, but we can't continue to do that all the time because there's a game to be made as well. So, and I want to make sure that everyone in the community gets like really good support.
Okay.
So, let's see, Cassandra's Tears. Oh, that's right. I guess Dave will publish it around 12 o'clock. That time.
There's that sun that Martin wanted to see.
Oh yeah, it's cool. We should. Do we have a camera? We can. No, I meant like for the. Let's see if they get it in the feed, or we get.
Oh, video cam. You can't just turn this up.
Well, we can basically do this.